his name on it. Even though her dad lives in McFarland, or
Well, that's
dad
what I mean.
running it.
Is the contract in his name?
I haven't even looked at it. I don't know.
We don't know.
I'm telling you what she told me.
That's what it was last year. It was last year. I would assume, I don't know.
And since I won't be here whenever,
I don't know. I haven't looked at it.
That's what you just said. Yeah.
whenever
She-
you make
she
that
submitted it.
decision, I wanted you to know what she told
She
me.
was listening to the meeting when we opened it up for bids. She brought me the sheet and asked me to hold on to it until it was open for everybody. And now that it's open for everybody, I will bring it in. That was the extent of it in your interaction. So don't put anything else in my mouth, okay?
So you didn't have it at the last meeting?
This meeting was sitting on the shelf at home, but I also didn't recommend that we open it for 30 days because somebody had come to me. We opened it for 30 days because it was ready to open up.
So just to be clear, at the last meeting, we decided that we were gonna open up the bid and put it into the newspaper, and you already had.
That was
No,
two
that was-
meetings ago.
That was 2 meetings ago.
And Tim put it in
Fucking
there.
keep up.
It was 2 meetings ago that it was decided to be put in the paper.
Right.
We were not made aware that Mary Jane was even interested until right before the last meeting. And she was just concerned she didn't want her bid open beforehand. That was it. The end. But
And I
no,
did a
it wasn't
little
open for her
research.
specifically. I promise you.
I did.
I had no idea she was interested, to be clear.
I suspected that she was all along.
I didn't know that.
All
I thought she
summer.
was very much done with it.
I did a little research on contracts that has occurred since just before Dunbar got it. And the council had been giving 30-day notices back then, even though I've heard that we hadn't. We gave a long-term contract, I believe it was for 3 years to Dunbar. So during those 3 years, after he got the contract, there was no open for bids at that point.
Because we still had a current contract.
Exactly. But prior to that, there were issues. I saw that in the minutes that there were issues. Were not issues. They weren't issues. They were statements that we did in 30 days. So obviously I didn't have a problem with it. I think it's only fair we give them 30-day notice. Everybody has in fact, I really think that as a city, we're supposed to be contracting bids. They're soliciting us for things that we do. There's nothing
submit
wrong
that?
with that happening.
We were
Even
told
though-
one time explicitly that we don't have to go out and get bids.
Corrected.
We can just go out and buy the products
It's
or
a
whatever it
agreement
is.
if whoever wants to be on.
We were talking about Bob Logan at the time. Quit going out and getting bids from him, quitting asking him for quotes, just hire him and have him do it. So that's pretty much what we've been doing ever since then. That's been quite a while ago that we were scolded for asking for bids.
But I know many times since I've been mayor, I've asked for more than one bid, have I not?
Yeah.
You certainly have.
And tried to set a precedent that when we have a project that needs to be worked on and we're going to solicit bids, that we get more than one if possible.
It's
I'm
good
not saying I
policy to
think
have.
bids
I
is a
know,
bad
I
idea.
know, I'm just
I'm
saying.
just saying we're not obligated.
Correct. It's a good
I
policy to
think
work
we
out.
have a moral obligation to do the best we can with our money,
Yes.
as I think we have a moral obligation not to let somebody screw the government. Talking about what I brought up a minute ago.
Well, you
Yes.
brought this concern up with Mary Jane. So I will say back when Julie started, I actually offered to help her with the sales tax stuff. And she made a comment to me that I haven't filed taxes in years. So I had also equal concerns for Julie. So you guys want to brush some of that to the side. And I'm not here to slander her name. And I really love Julie. She's like a staple in my life for a long, long time. So I was not about to bring any of that
She
stuff
sure don't feel it.
to the table. But at this point, comments like this that are like crazy to me because you're treating one side unfairly. And
I tried very hard not to bring this up in public. Did I not, Todd?
I don't think it's a executive session, man.
That's what I was wanting to
it can't,
say.
and I know it can't be. I'd have looked that up
Well,
because she's a
I was
contractor.
trying to be discreet.
I get you.
I wanted to have discretion.
I get you. I understand. I appreciate the knowledge for sure. And I'm not trying to disregard that. But I have also had concerns. I have also tried not to bring into council meetings because I felt like they were derogatory.
That's all I had.
Okay. I have some things then
Okay, Annie.
to move forward. I don't know how to phrase it.
You adopt
Adopt the
the corrected letter to the AG's office.
November 12th corrected letter to the AG's office.
With the opportunity for anybody who does not wish to join in to remove themselves from the letter.
that part.
Second.
We'll be all good with.
So do we need to announce who's not gonna,
Well, you can do it if it's approved, then yeah, you can.
only after it's approved?
Yeah. If it's not approved, there's no point.
So Andy's making a motion to adopt the adopted letter to the AG's office, and Jason seconded.
That's a
Anybody?
vote that can be vetoed.
No.
It's not an ordinance. I mean, I'm not making a representation that if anybody wants to be not on this letter, I'll indicate clearly that you are not joining in this. That was what the AG said you could do. So that's what I will do. And you can submit a response to the AG directly. You got the address now.
So if we opt out, then we must respond ourselves.
Or not respond. You don't have to respond. It's just that they may
And what's
assume
the-
something about it.
What's the deadline?
Wednesday.
Have you turned it?
You can ask him for more time if you want to, because it's been open to an extension. So he'd probably say, I just saw that, you say, I saw it Monday and I didn't agree with it. So I'm sure I'd give you more time.
Do you guys know exactly what you're signing?
Well, he's not signing, they're not signing anything.
Mhm.
It's whether the council approves this.
Right, but that letter, because I just felt like maybe there was some confusion.
There's a lot of confusion right here.
Well, you got a deadline, so you got to do what you got to. I mean, anybody who wants out is out.
My concern on that is voting, and I don't have a right to vote because there's only 5 of them, and so there won't be a tie. But I'm opting out. I'll tell you that. So,
And I'm opting out too. I'm not playing this hide and seek game.
but we got a motion on the floor.
And I will not be threatened to do so.
Okay, that's all right. We have a motion on the floor. Do I need to repeat it? Annie wants to motion to adopt the agenda as
Not the
the letter,
revised
the
letter.
revised letter to the AG, and Jason seconded.
Yes.
And we can note now that Brett, Tim, and you are not going to be.
Are you,
Are not going to be.
I'm not
You're
wanting
opting
to
out.
be, yes, I'm opting out.
So the vote would be, I'm assuming,
Take the vote.
all right, we take the vote. Those in favor of adopting it. Those opposed. Okay, so the motion carries 3-2, and then we add the opt-out people, right?
Yeah, I've already got the list, so you can, like I said, you all need to, if you can't get something to him by Wednesday, you need to contact Mr. Smith. I think that's his name.
Harris.
Harris, Mr. Harris.
Smith, Harris.
Those are normal names.
Ages. I did have a concern that there was policy being changed without the council's permission, and I just wanted to raise a concern and question it. I believe all the staff got a letter on 10/3 saying that they needed to submit a PTO form with each of their requests to the clerk, effective 10/4. When they adhered to the policy they'd been following, they were given a warning letter, I believe 2 of them, on October 17th, which acted as a second warning, which I found concerning because a policy change is not a first warning. So I don't, ethically at least, I don't feel like that's accurate. The second warning can't be given without a first warning. At least in my work experience. And then on October 31st, 2 of the employees also got a 3-day working suspension, which I really don't fully understand because I'm not sure what the punishment there is other than maybe having paper in your file. If you look at the handbook, it does say that policy is administered by council and mayor. And in our request for approval, whenever possible, PTO leave shall be approved in advance by the employee's supervisor prior to the employee taking leave. It does not designate that there is a certain form or procedure for doing so. This is policy. If we're changing the policy, then I think the council should be involved in that. I'm not necessarily against a PTO form, but I am against policy changes being made without council's knowledge, let alone vote or input, as well as the employees receiving punishment for it when it was not passed through council. Was you aware of this occurring?
No.
Are you aware of this
Nope.
occurring?
Not unless the employee pointed it out to them, they're probably not. And there was no change in the PTO policy. The PTO forms have been in existence in this office long before I came here. They're up by the copy machine, which used to be where the time clock was.
None of the employees had any knowledge of these forms as far as
I
I can.
can't vouch for whether they knew about them or not. I know that they've been there, and you can go up there right now and see the
It's
form.
not listed in our handbook at
But-
all. The
Well,
forms aren't.
so
even-
how do you get approval? Where's the record keeping? The employee handbook also says that the clerk has a responsibility to keep the records.
Okay, well, I
And
can't speak.
if there's no record provided, she can't keep a record.
I can't speak for Mike since I believe he answers up to you, but at least for Jim and Barry, their supervisor is Mike, so the
Right.
approval of their PTO would be through Mike.
Right, then it becomes Mike's responsibility to get that paperwork turned in. So that the clerk can have a record that the employee is off. It's a
Okay.
timekeeping
That's
record. And
Mike's,
there
not
we
yours.
shouldn't have to babysit every single phrase in the handbook for the understanding that.
It is
paperwork-
when it's a policy and on a
No.
form that's not included in our
I'm-
policy.
Well, I respectfully disagree.
Well,
think
I
it's-
respectfully
think any-
disagree in
any-
punishing when you
Well,
literally.
I gave them a written reminder that the handbook says that they have to give notice to their supervisor.
Can you explain what a working suspension is to me? Because
I
I've
mean,
never heard that term in
It
my
means
life.
that they are officially suspended on record, but they don't lose any pay. They continue to work. The next step is a suspension without pay for the same period. And the handbook says the right to discipline or authority to discipline, the mayor and city council should have the authority to discipline. It doesn't say that both of us have to agree. That just tells me that if you guys want to discipline personnel for the willful and repeated violation of personal regulations, y'all can do so. Now, if you guys want to change the handbook, to
Change it
say
to what?
something.
You didn't change that in the first place.
if you guys want to change it to what you're saying, we can. Otherwise, it stands. Mike never approached me about taking time off, and I'm his supervisor. Never.
But Mike and Barry, or Jim and Barry
Okay.
are not under you. They're under Mike.
That's
And
fine.
if he's saying they're
That's-
following policy, then they're following
Well,
policy.
Jim hasn't gotten any warnings.
I don't know. I've
I'm
gotten
telling
a couple
you, Jim
letters.
is not. Just
Okay.
just Mike
I
and
said
Barry
two
are the only two.
employees.
Two employees. Barry and Mike are the only ones that got letters. Everybody was all given the letter saying that you have to follow the handbook. If you're taking time off, you need to fill out
It's
this.
not in the handbook.
Okay, if you want to put it in the handbook, then put it in the handbook, but my decision stands. Now, when you take over as mayor, if you want to rescind
If
those
I still have
things,
employees,
pardon me,
if I still have any employees,
you think I can get them fired before the next
I
2
wonder if
weeks
that's
is
your
over?
goal. Honestly, it's been.
No.
Has never.
It- It was never my goal to fire an employee, never.
Okay.
Somebody listens to rumors before I became mayor that I was
Just
going to
turning
do
one in.
that.
The
Huh?
sheriff's department's not trying to
What?
fire him at all.
What?
Your behavior says otherwise, is what I'm saying.
What does the sheriff's department got to do with that?
Okay.
Spit it out there.
I just did. I don't know why
No,
you're
you didn't.
confused.
You said the sheriff department is not according to the sheriff department. Where does the sheriff department say I was going to fire the employees?
When you had one of them on standby to remove somebody from the
And
building,
how do you know that's what I was going to do?
because I had to talk to them about cases that we were working on.
And they told you that?
Yes,
And how did you talk? Why did you talk to them about the case that they were working on? What brought that up?
because it's a closed case. And we're
No.
getting
How did you find out about it?
about
The case, yeah, that I filed. How did you find out about it?
it's public record.
That's public record.
You just not knowing if we had filed a case, just go to the sheriff's office and say, "Is there?" So how did you find out there's a
Mike
Well, when
was
they
interviewed
interviewed
by a
Mike-
sheriff.
so
And
Mike
he came and asked us.
Mike told you guys.
There's no
Yeah.
violation there.
Okay.
It's public record.
Okay, so Mike told you. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Told you. That's all you had to
I
say.
don't know why we need to keep saying it over and over.
Because you've never said it before that Mike told y'all.
Well,
All
of
you
course he
said,
did.
No, I didn't. All you said.
No.
Wait a second.
Of course he
Just-
told
just-
us. That's what I'm saying.
He
Of course
told
he
y'all.
came and told us.
But you never told me he told you. You just made the comment that the sheriff's office called you and told you that there was no investigation going on. It was over with.
No,
And you're.
I contacted them and asked about the status
Okay.
of the investigation.
Let's go back to this. Let's go back to this vacation thing.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with employees taking it. One thing I did notice in here, we used to have in there, they had to give a 24-hour notice. Remember that? And the argument back then was, how can you give somebody a 24-hour notice
For emergency.
for an emergency that pops up. So when you guys change the handbook, you left that out there. So it's no longer a 24-hour notice. And all it says, sick leave is any leave requested and approved in advance, period. It doesn't say you have to give a certain amount of notice. It just says that. So how do you know it's approved in advance? Any employee can go to their supervisor.
Which section are you looking at?
I'm on page 8, scheduled versus unscheduled leave.
Which needs to be corrected because it shouldn't say sick leave at all because we don't
That's
have
true.
sick leave anymore.
That's true.
I actually believe this.
But I'm just
paragraph
looking at the very first sentence in number A.
this whole paragraph should be deleted.
Scheduled
pretty sure
leave
it's
is
supposed to be.
any leave requested and approved in advance. So if an employee comes up to you at noon to their supervisor, say, I'd like to take the next 2 hours off, and the supervisor says, go ahead, I don't need you this afternoon, go ahead and go. That's approved in advance, does it not? Yes or no?
It is.
It is. On the other hand, if an employee comes up to the supervisor and says, I need to leave at noon, and he says, or she says, I can't let you go, you're needed, and they're going to say, too bad, I'm going anyway. I'm sick, or I'm not feeling good, or whatever they want to say, then they're allowed to leave. That becomes an unscheduled absence because that there wasn't approved, but they had to leave. You didn't have any choice. You had to let them go. So they can ask for all the single hours they want off in advance. They just need to sign that piece of paper that the clerk can keep on file. You want to see in a handbook where it says the clerk is supposed to keep the records?
Keep the records, but
Keep the records. That's right. How can the clerk keep a record of an employee who's not here
I
when
know
they
you
don't
work for
fill
the
out a
post
form?
office and you don't have any of those forms in order there.
Boy, I do.
And the post office does have has forms for people that are on vacation.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they do have.
And they're in the policy, not just whenever you feel like adding them in.
Okay, adding them in. I think you guys really need to look at this handbook and look it over good and make every change you can to benefit the employees the best way you can before somebody else has another problem with the way that things are written.
Now I'm gonna go back and look at
Pay records. Pay records. The city clerk shall keep adequate records of all persons employed, his or her pay scale, the time worked, accrued vacation and sick leave, all absences for vacation and sick leave and accrued overtime. Such record, that's on page
Which they
5.
record on their time card, do they not?
Such records shall be available at all reasonable times for inspection. You know, they can write anything they want on their time card.
So can they write on a
We've
PTO
seen
form?
that.
You know what Jim and Mike, you know what Jim and
So
Barry
can they
write
write
on
on
their
a
time card?
PTO form?
Then do it. If I've got a copy that they've got authorized time off, I
Why
don't
is
have
the
a
time
problem
card
with it.
not enough to handle the recording of their
Why don't they
hours?
tell the clerk that they're even working on a daily
They
basis?
tell their supervisor.
No, they don't. Then why don't the supervisor tell her?
I don't know. Maybe
Mike takes time
communication
off.
is broken down across the board in this entire agency.
What is?
Communication.
That's a wide,
Yeah,
Brush.
that's
It is
that's
a wide
very
brush.
wide brush.
Yes.
And one that I don't think you're knowledgeable about.
I don't think it's
I'm
I
gonna
don't
what?
I don't think you're very knowledgeable about that.
I don't think it's very
Interesting.
difficult for
I
any
probably know
employee.
quite a bit more being here for
I
6 years.
don't think it's very difficult for any employee to tell their supervisor they're taking time off. And with that in mind, it's not any difficult for the employee's supervisor to tell the clerk, so-and-so is not being here
And
today.
it wasn't a
for
difficult
whatever
thing
reason.
to talk to council about, but go on.
Well, you know what's hard for the clerk?
Continue to skip
It's-
over
here's
us
what's
as
hard
much
for
as
the
you
clerk.
possibly can. I'm done, Terry. I move to adjourn.
Second.
I'm sick of that shit.
I'm not done. I want to ask Jim a question, if you don't mind answering it.
Sure.
Back in April, I don't know what this is, but TBS Electronics says that you had ordered a radio for the water plant. Can you tell me what that's for?
I think it's for the fire station.
It's probably fire.
Well,
It's for the water plant or the fire station? Who's it for?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's for the fire station.
But that's, I didn't order shit, so I don't know why.
The man on the phone, he said, spoke your name. He said Jim Weir
I go pick up stuff.
and said
Okay,
he ordered
and-
it.
And that's okay. That's all I wanted to know. I mean, the city's not paying for that, right? You're just picking it up for them.
Right.
Okay, all right, I'm good with that. That's all I wanted to know. But this was in April, and I just
didn't
got
know
word
what
on
to
it
be.
last week.
The next person on the list.
Nobody's
Okay.
accusing anybody of anything.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I mean, I
Did the
do have a
cameras
question.
ever get fixed?
That
No.
PTO form, I've been here almost 10 years. I've never seen this PTO form that we're supposed to turn in. It has always been, talk to your supervisor. If you need time off, the supervisor approves it.
right? But the problem,
But no,
I
you go look at, in the
I-
handbook, there's nothing about, it says specifically in there, give your supervisor 24 hours notice.
no, it don't. No, I got it right here. Do you have do you have the revised edition?
I've got the newest one, other than the one that actually says PTO. I'm
So
very
you don't,
glad that
so you
part
don't
off
have,
and sent
so you
it.
don't have the newest one. March of 2015 or 2025 is what you'd like to have a copy of. That's what you need, that one there. That's the most recent employee handbook. It does not say 24-hour notice. I just said what it said.
Does it say to fill out a form?
No,
Or
it
does it
doesn't.
say give a notice?
No, it doesn't say fill out a form, but I'm,
Okay, well then where did that come from?
because I told y'all to do it, came from the manager
So
of the office.
whatever you decide to tell us is policy?
Well, when you're supposed
I'm
to,
just asking.
well, it's not much different than, it's exactly right. It's a matter of keeping records. You know, I can
Every
argue,
time sheet I turn in says when I'm off.
I can
That's the
argue,
record.
I can argue with the labor board that you didn't work on a certain day because I don't have any paperwork.
Yeah, you do.
But you're gonna have something that says,
Every paper that I turn in is
Okay,
what days I
all
work,
right, so I'm
what
just,
time I work,
I'm just asking,
where I work.
I'm asking to keep records for the city clerk. Now, in 2 more meetings, I'm not gonna be here any longer. You guys can do whatever you want, because that's what's gonna end up happening. Okay, that's gonna end up happening. And like I said, I think it's, I don't care if you think it's garbage or not. It's
I
a,
didn't say
He
that. I
said he's
I'm
unclear.
How this
oh,
policy
I'm
changed
sorry.
now.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I misheard you. I think it's important that the city clerk knows whether or not you're at work today or not. You know, I see emails that are coming out trying to get a hold of so-and-so and so-and-so. But get a hold of them yet? No. No, I don't even know if they're working today.
See my notes from that.
So we have no idea if you guys are working because you're not clocking in here, number one.
You want to turn
You're
it in?
clocking in somewhere else other than this
There
office.
you go.
So
That's
we,
why I didn't
so we don't know if you're working or not. How difficult is it to let her know that you're working on a daily basis? Is that a problem to let her know? Is it time consuming? What's the issue? Why won't you let her know that you're working
Or not.
or not working? I mean, seriously,
What difference does it make?
because when she has an emergency that needs to be taken care of, she knows who
We
to
take
call.
care of it.
But if she can't get, if she can't
The
get,
majority of the time when I'm not here, if I need a time off, half a day or whatever, or a
yeah,
day,
yeah,
I tell Mike, hey, I'm gonna need Thursday off.
okay, no
I've
problem.
got this to do.
Right,
Mike says, all right.
right,
And if an emergency comes up, he calls. I tell him, call me,
okay,
because I'm at home. And then we go knock it out.
okay. Then why don't Mike tell us that you're not here that day?
I'm not Mike.
I know you're not. But the
You're
point,
asking me to speak for my
but I'm also asking you for the courtesy of letting her know. And the best way to do that, fill out a form saying you're gonna be off. There's not a problem with
I'm
that.
not on my time.
Not a problem with that. Right. Anyway, like I said,
Who's second?
next council meeting, or the next council can decide if they need to get more information on what they want to do with that. Okay, had a motion to adjourn by Annie. Who seconded it?
Michelle.
Those in favor? Okay, we're adjourned.
That protects you from your supervisor. Yeah, it does, for them saying you weren't here and you're going. Yeah, like they could fire you without something to say.
We're meeting at 8:30 if you try to fire.
Okay, 8:30 in the morning?
I did it because I worked.
Next meeting,
And quite frankly.
You gotta keep it after it shed its life over the floor.
I don't think we need to burn it. It's just gonna disintegrate.
Yeah. I think you ought to put your thing on it. Just kind of set it in the back.
Put my thing on it.
Well,
Oh.
So it could be like your
I'm
chair.
sure other people will enjoy this.
Be like his retired
Doing
number.
something with that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it'd be like on the Hall of Fame.
I stopped that.
Becky, didn't you notice the lack of vote for me signs in this town?
Your signs?
There was no sign in this town. that says,
Oh.
"Please vote for Tim."
There wasn't one for me either.
I'm sorry to see you go.
Well, you wouldn't have
I did-
accepted even if you did win.
I did get a kick out of vote got, Brett got 3 more votes for his council seat.
Yeah.
Becky, I wasn't trying to yell at you.
You were very hostile to
I
me.
do.
And not just towards me.
No, there were other people that I was definitely hostile to.
Absolutely every meeting I've been to since I started here, they're all hostile. This is a very hostile work environment from the council and from the city employees.
Very much.
And I don't know if you guys are doing it on purpose to push me out,
No,
but I'm not going nowhere.
don't go nowhere.
I'm not. But this harassment,
It's horrible, and I apologize.
it's bullshit and it's uncalled for.
Yes,
And the way you spoke to Brett was uncalled for.
the way Brett speaks to me half the time.
Well, he
in
doesn't
council.
curse you.
Oh Jesus! Please don't. Please don't.
I have not seen it here.
That's right.
We had a patron get up and walk out.
I know.
That's how bad it is. And that's every meeting I've been to. Ian's yelling. Michelle, one meeting she does come to, she walked out. What a drama queen. I mean, are we adults here or what?
25th.
Jeez, I ain't seeing it.
When we get there, we'll get there, I suppose.
Well, everybody needs to work on it.
Yes, ma'am. You are not wrong.
8:30.
8:30. He's planning on starting or just meeting over there at 8:30.
He's going over, well, I don't know if it's going to be him or his son that's taking over the business, but
Okay.
it's just to go over where the sidewalks are and they're going to start digging.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't know what to do about Mike Callison because he ain't moved his fucking cars.
I suppose
So,
he'll figure it out real quick.
I don't know. Do we move them for him? Do we have to wait for him to move
I
them?
mean, if he's parked in an easement, it'll either get towed at his
The
expense.
only thing that we could possibly do is ask Robin if she could move them because I think she has access to do that. But that's the only solution where we're gonna have to work around it and then come back to it.
Sorry, it's cold outside. I didn't realize.
That's fair.
So I don't know. I guess.
I mean, she's got access
But-
and she can move them. So long as she has permission to do that, I think we would be okay. If not, then we would probably have to have them towed.
Okay.
That would be a legal question, I think.
I don't want to have them towed. I just wish you would
And
show up.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily want to tow his stuff, but if we got to have space in our property to make changes, then we need that space. Okay, with her moving, I don't have a problem with that.
Well, and because of him postponing and then their jobs running by and all of this, there's been nothing sent out to the residents where it's going to be happening this week, and they've not been.
Notified that the construction. Well, I mean, they all know that it's coming.
I did text Deb Keeley, so she knows. Jerkham does not know. Mike Callison, Robin was supposed to text, so he should know. Darren Rowley does not know. Michelle does not know. That guy up the street does not know. From Michelle, I don't even know what his name
I don't
is,
remember.
but they don't know. And I was gonna say something to Michelle tonight, and I just forgot. But we can stop at Drew tomorrow and tell him, obviously, but like we're not gonna probably be able to get hold of Darren unless you have his number.
I don't.
And then that guy that lives
I don't think
next
I
to
do.
Michelle, I don't have his number either.
I
So
think I do.
maybe Clay has it because I thought at one point in time when I had stopped and was talking to them that they were talking about that car with the guy.
It's in my hand.
And I don't have something anymore, so
Shasta. Where's the fun in that? Wait,
fun is not having it.
yes, you're not wrong.
Like
Go ahead.
don't even know.